day, so he's full of fire, piss, and vinegar right now.
All Eric has to do is point and click. The fucking best of video takes 20 hours. 20 hours of my time. My time. Where's my comments?
But SHOTZI got a tank back again.
I feel like living this moment.
Man, you should feel like SHOTZI. You should feel like SHOTZI
in this world.
You should feel like SHOTZI.
No one appreciates me. Where's my comments?
Ready? I commented on your video. Does my comments not matter?
You commented on that video because I demanded comments on Tuesday. That's not a pity. That was a pity, Eric. You were in the live section.
Manny, you cannot demand comments and then criticize the comments that you get. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't.
Tired of this shit.
Really?
Do you know what? Tuesday, Thursday audio's going. That's it.
Marcus said that wasn't gonna happen, but I don't know.
Close the studio down. Close the studio down.
All right, Buffy.
I love that that's our biggest concern. I love that that's our biggest concern in the video show of the no comments, Manny. When all our views are down, all our subscribers. We haven't had a new subscriber in like 10 years.
Mark, we had a new subscriber 2 weeks ago. Welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Podcast. I am Eric.
I'm Manny, the angry man.
Angry Manny. Angry.
I'm mangry.
He's mangry.
Angry.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why when I think of it. What the fuck? Why did you go that route with that?
It's like Mandy. Like Mandy, but then mangry, like, you know. Yeah.
I was thinking of like the Hungry Man microwave dinner, but just Mangry Man. And Manny, it's just Manny. It's just an angry Manny with the turkey or Salisbury steak covered in gravy, going like this. Angry man.
I mean, it's fitting now. I'm wearing the CM Punk sweatshirt right now. I mean, only thing we need to do is have some cupcakes delivered to Manny so he can just eat the cupcakes. These fucking comments, but these cupcakes are fucking delicious. But I need some fucking comments.
These people who couldn't comment in a fucking Twitter feed, let alone a manager Target or whatever the hell he wants to say.
So speaking of comments, as everyone know that on this week's episode of Dynamite, we finally got a question answered for us. What role is Paige, aka Sarai, playing in AEW? Clearly, there's a role that she's not playing, but I guess now she has a boss that listens to her. That comment struck a nerve with a lot of people to the point where she went and posted a tweet and then later deleted the tweet. When she said,
I'm going to declare this before you go any further. I'm declaring this. I am 100% declaring this. If you put a tweet out and delete it, I'm 1000% calling you wrong, no matter what you done said or what you done did. I can never agree with you. I don't even care if you were pro-life, pro-children, or whatever it is. It's about cancer, eliminate cancer. If you tweet and you have to delete it after, fuck you. Okay? Because you put it out there. It's stupid.
It's out there already.
Do you really think people are not going to screenshot your tweets? Huh?
Yeah, that's why I have this quote. That's why I have this quote verbatim, because even though she deleted it, many people still kept it because for whatever reason, let me tell you, wrestling fans, you guys are really wasting all your abilities and your talents on wrestling.
Hey,
some of you guys are some of the best research people out there. Like when I look at all the stuff that they're doing to find out about the White Rabbit in this QR code and the effort that they're putting, I'm like, there's jobs that pay you to do this. Please invest in
FBI. It's called the FBI.
Yeah, but when, as you describe it, with these keyboard warriors, also known as these private detectives, are out there in their basements or in their living with their mama or their girlfriend who pays all the bills or whatever's going on in their life, whatever's going on, they don't care. They don't care, Eric. They do something.
Before I get to the comment that was deleted, I'm going to read a comment that is never deleted from JK Smush. He says, "Good morning, evening. Shame the Hulk Hogan. We're not fucking the Hulk Hogan this week. We're just shaming him this week. Shout out to the Seattle Marines. I don't know if that's the Mariners. Probably the Mariners for ending their streak. And your Orioles still suck, Wes. Wow.
Well,
Baseball.
It's the end of Hulk Hogan series because we take a break in between Marcus's birthday and Eric's birthday. There's a break. There's a cool break of fuck the Hulk Hogan in that period.
So we're in the off season of fuck the Hulk Hogan right now.
Yeah.
So instead of fucking the Hulk Hogan, whose asshole is pretty spread open at this point of how many times he's been fucked this time, he gets a break.
So what you're telling me is that when we're in the off season of fuck the Hulk Hogan, we're in the Eric is Stacy season because I'm drinking my pumpkin spice latte because I'm basic, people. Yes.
He's a basic ass bitch named Stacy.
Yeah, and let me tell you what kind of shoes he's wearing right now. Oops.
So delicious. Birkenstocks, baby. Birkenstocks. But back to what Soraya said. She says, how my current boss listened to me and all of a sudden, so hate you, WD. No, I don't. I love my time there. I appreciate the time and opportunities I was given. For the fact, let me just tell you, your comment, you was trying to get a buzz from the audience there. You got a little buzz, but it proved to me why WWE did not reinvest into you because you brought absolutely nothing. And to me, I think it set the AEW women's division back even farther. Because when they brought out those women that they brought out, like the
hold on. Why did you say it like that? When did they brought out those women?
No, because like when they brought out the faces, they're like
toxic masculinity. You sexist.
That page brought out like.
I'm just glad he didn't say bitches for a change.
No. When they brought out the women, I think this was supposed to be a segment where Soraya was supposed to help put over Toni Storm, but I don't think that did it. I think that Britt Baker kind of saved the segment, but then she didn't.
She made it worse.
No,
she made it worse.
It was bad. And then when Soraya went and did commentating, and you see the announcers trying to feed her something, I'm like, wow, this is really bad. And then for me, when I'm living in the AEW world and I just see the separate entities where I see a real women's champion, and I know Jade Cargill cannot wrestle. I understand that, but she carries herself like such a great champion, but she is relegated to Rampage where nobody watches. Like no one gets to see. And then like
I knew it. We're in a rant.
And then like the fact that now she's feuding with Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir again. It's just, Manny, you were forced to watch Rampage. You saw this nonsense. What did you think about like Jade Cargill just not even being acknowledged in the main women's division for AEW?
Well, I don't understand this whole thing. How I said it on Thursday, how they brought out these women, and then it's just like there's AEW women, the women's title on one side, and then there's the TNT title on the other side, and they never interact.
They don't. Not at all. It's like it's the most ridiculous thing ever. It's like the TBS title has its own set group of women that Jade can fight, and it's the same people that she keeps repeating over and over. Nyla Rose was the women's champion at one point, but now she can't even get close to that title. And then Marcus, did you like Serena Deeb being featured with Britt Baker and her crew, like cheerleading her on? I just don't understand what that was about.
Serena Deeb's been with Britt Baker for a couple of weeks now.
First of all, Angry Manny, Eric, who just wanted to go into a rant, who just seemed like he just wanted to start showing the rant. I am going to be the calm one in this episode and just tell you to relax, okay? It was 1 week. It was 1 week of bad television, guys. Okay. 1 week of bad television. Yes, Soraya was terrible this week. Yes, that division looked even more in shambles when they decided to separate them and put them in a lumberjack match. Yes, Paige had no direction. Yes, she doesn't appear to look like she can wrestle, and Tony may have wasted his money. Yes, it was a silly comment to say, now I have a boss that listens to me. All of that. But you know what? Like my leader, my captain of my Green Bay Packers said, everybody relax. Everybody just calm the fuck down. Whether you're on Soraya's Twitter feed going at her, well, you should thank Dana me for all this. Man, fuck him. Fuck Dana me. Fuck her too. All right? Who cares about these squirrels?
So Marcus, I'm offended.
Everybody need to relax.
And I
just went crazy.
And I hope Lord Manny's offended too for you trying to put me and him in a bad situation by taking the high fucking road. Marcus,
y'all fucking crazy. Y'all went on these rants to start this show, and I don't even understand what y'all doing.
Because I believe you were on my side on Thursday, so you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like
wait.
Why you trying to be Mr. Angelic person right now? You ain't the angelic person.
I am not against anything you guys have said.
Okay.
But I'm also not jumping off the edge of the cliff over this one segment. That's why I like to talk about stuff at the end of the week instead of right after, because you have so many emotions when you first get it. But when you sit back and think about stuff, you get to relax and you just go, well, that was just one segment. Let's see what we got next week.
Well, Marcus.
Let's see what we got next week.
Marcus, well, I know you didn't take the time out of your busy week to watch Rampage. But I'm going to tell you something that happened, Marcus, and I don't know how you feel about this, but you know, the TNT championship that was once held by the Great Miro, which when it was at its highest level, is now being held by Wardlow, Marcus. But apparently, according to this episode, Marcus, he has now been placed in a tag team with Samoa Joe, and they are now known as War Joe. How do you feel about the War Joe merger?
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yes. Join us.
Ring of Honor. Explain that to me. War Joe, Marcus. War Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to leave this telecast right now.
Because Angry Marcus is coming to the stage. Coming to the stage. Angry Marcus.
I'm not going to rant and rave about this. War Joe or whatever the hell they plan on doing. Jello team. I don't know what the hell is this. Is Joe still
He's still the Ring of Honor champion. Television champion.
They couldn't come up with a better name than War Joe.
Scorpio Sky is hosting the Lakers Nation podcast with Trevor Lane. That's what he's doing right now.
Boy. What are they doing?
It even gets better with Rampage because Marcus, Rampage started off with a tag team title defense. The Acclaim, the newly crowned tag team champions, probably one of the more organic rises in AEW because we're going to have National Scissor Day on Wednesday. But Marcus, they got to defend their titles in a triple threat tag team match where the people who was fighting for their titles, Marcus, was first the Private Party. I don't know the last time that they won a match, but if you thought that was bad enough, Marcus, guess who else they defended?
I didn't even say it was bad yet, but
wait, okay. Marcus, the Butcher and the Blade made a return, and they got a shot at the tag team titles in this triple tag team match, Marcus. Luckily, the Acclaim retained, but overall, it was a solid.
Did you think they had no chance to retain?
I don't know what was going to happen.
I don't know what's going on. I don't.
Let me keep going because I'm just trying to let you know what happened on Rampage that both Manny and I suffered through, Marcus. Then we got Tiger Style, Lee Moriarty going against Fuego del Sol. We don't know why this match took place, but it took place. After that, Marcus, Willow Nightingale got a match.
This is a 2-hour or 1 hour show.
This is a 1 hour show. She fought Jamie Hayter. That was a match.
That's something to look at. That's something to look at right there.
It was a good match. It was fine. But then, Marcus, they promised us Hook. But, Marcus, how we got Hook was that we got a Ryan Nemeth segment, Dolph brother. He was talking some nonsense. And then Hook came out and beat him up. And then we have the Trust Busters come out and offer Hook an envelope, Marcus. This is what's going on with Dynamite. And then the main event with Marcus was John Silver versus Roosh. That was not a bad match. But this whole premise behind this match is because Andrade, once again, is trying to put somebody in slavery because he's trying to buy 10 from the Dark Order, but they're trying to stop 10 from jumping ship. And that's how we got the main event.
So next week, we've got a Mask versus
Career.
Loser leaves AEW match. It's so dumb.
So I'm ready to talk about all that. That was a lot you guys covered, and I would like to add there's more proof why I do not watch AEW Rampage.
And no one else did as well, it seems, from the ratings. No one else watching it.
I didn't even know the ratings were released yet. God damn it. But I want to say that the Andrade versus 10 Mass versus career match It's a good idea. It's going to generate buzz because, you know, Andrade seems to be winning out. And he's been teasing that, you know, his time is coming. I don't think he's losing this match because I don't think Tony's granting him his release. I think
Tony's
it's a petty.
granting no one a release.
No,
Yeah, I
also
think he's too petty, but he will use this to leverage
playing the fans in so many ways. I think this is playing the fans, and because, you know, people, AEW, they get by with all the internet rumors and all the stuff that goes on. And so everyone has these rumors circulating that Andrade wants out of that. And he even has the free El Idolo and all that on his Twitter page. And so people might tune in to see if he does lose and he leaves AEW. Even if he leaves AEW, guess what? He'll just go to Ring of Honor because Tony ain't letting him out of his contract. It's simple as that.
There's no deal for that.
I mean, what is going to Ring of Honor really mean? Because the Ring of Honor champion may have been a Dynamite this week.
But to Jericho's credit, he's trying to bring some relevance. So I would point out that I think that his purple tracksuits and his crew and his feud with Daniel Garcia has done so much more than what Cesaro did as a champion.
All right, I'll allow you to say facts, but I'm also going to add this to it.
You'll allow me facts. All right, but Marcus, go ahead and go live.
I'll allow you to say facts. But let me add this to it. Jericho's plan. I want to destroy the legacy of Ring of Honor. Sorry, Jericho, you can't do that when the company ran out of business already. Your boss already bought them. They're done. The legacy's done. You want to be the worst disgraceful champion of all time? Too late. Jonathan Gresham was champion, and they went out of business because of him. Not his fault. I'm not saying it's his fault.
It's his fault. It's fault. It's fucking boring. That's why they went out of business. It's fucking boring.
They didn't go out of business because of him. They were already going out.
Gresham was boring.
Boring. It was already dead. It was dead. It's dead now.
I mean, but
it's the same version. Ring of Honor is nothing but the WWE ECW show where Ezekiel Jackson, the Big Show, and Vince McMahon will soon be the champions.
But I mean, like, I guess my question for you guys is that does that even remotely interest you of him spitting on the legacy of former Ring of Honor champions? Because I can't think of any Ring of Honor champions that come to my mind right away. Like, I'm assuming he's gonna beat up Dalton Castle because then Dalton Castle win the title.
Yeah, but you know, you got Bryan Danielson, you got the injured CM Punk. You got Samoa Joe, badass Samoa Joe, as Scott Steiner would like to refer to. You have Cesaro. You know, they could bring in maybe a Jay Briscoe. I think he's allowed. I think he's allowed for one match or so.
That match will be
if Roddy gets out of that contract. You know, he can pick up the entire AEW Dark roster.
Do any of those matches like say, hey, you know what? It makes you want to watch, like Austin Aries. I don't know if Austin Aries might be.
Aries is so toxic.
I think he might. I think Jay Briscoe might be more marketable than Austin Aries right now. Just like Austin Aries is also some other level bullshit.
Yeah, but you do have a number of wrestlers out there, and to point out a fact. The most entertaining person on this wrestling show was Bandito and Jericho. So I'm not going to say that would be entertaining. I would just say that that's what they have right now.
Booker T said it on his podcast that.
Oh, shit. Are you going to agree? Hold on. Before we go further, you going to agree with Booker T? I don't know what he said, but you're ready to agree with Booker T on this show.
Yeah, I am, because he was right. He was like, Chris Jericho was probably one of the most entertaining things that took place on AEW this week. That his character work is actually astounding when it comes to what role he's playing. And I would actually say that the drama that him and Daniel Garcia had was actually quite entertaining. True, when Bryan Danielson came out, it got kind of convoluted, but I must admit that the Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society was actually watchable for me. Manny, would you agree? Like, is there any Ring of Honor Jericho match you want to see, or you just want to see him piss on the grave more and more and more?
I'm a bit bored of Jericho. I need it to stop.
Okay.
I just need it to stop because the feud's gone for eternity. It's all the same thing. It's like MJF feuds.
Okay.
Stop it, please.
It's just so to break up the monotony of AEW, I will report some sad news that Antonio Inoki passed away at the age of Let me get that. I believe it's 79. I want to confirm that it was 79. As my throat comes really dry from this damn basic bitch drink right here. Ooh. Needless to say, Antonio Inoki, he ran New Japan. He fought Muhammad Ali in one of the more entertaining matches that kind of crossed the line. Marcus, you do everything else. I believe eventually you guys probably will talk about the legacy of Antonio Inoki. What do you have to say about this, Marcus?
I'm going to say simple as this. Check out the Mid-Card Match podcast for more Antonio Inoki information. I have never seen anything Antonio Inoki has done. Maybe a little bit here and there, but I understand who he is. I understand the legacy he brings with him. He is the Japanese Bruno Sammartino in that vein. And he's the biggest star in Japan history. He is the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling. It sucks. That's all I got.
Marcus, I think that was well said. Manny, what about you? You have anything else to add, or are you just going to agree with Marcus? And
I'll just agree with Marcus because I know nothing other than what he just said about Antonio Inoki.
Let me also say, on the same vein, not to disrespect any deaths, but I've been spending most of my life living in this gangster paradise. But Coolio is dead, man. Rest in peace. I see you when you get there, Coolio.
I know you're on that fantastic voyage, my brother. Stay strong, stay safe, stay sharp.
I remember when he was 23, not realizing if he had make it to see 24, but because the way things are going, he didn't know.
He didn't know because he spent most of his life, Marcus, living in that gangster's paradise.
Yes. And, in that gangster's paradise, he had a beef with Michelle Pfeiffer, and she threw down that chair.
Betty, I know this is we have veered off the street of professional wrestling. I'm just curious, did Coolio music make it overseas into England?
Well, Gangster's Paradise did. I'm not sure most of the rest did.
So those other songs that we just dropped, you've never heard of, huh?
The Keenan and Kel.
Oh yes, he did do that.
He did do that. He did do it.
Manny, El Luchador did put Jericho is great, but this isn't breaking news. Jericho is a wrestling fan's GOAT. Jericho can be in that conversation, but Manny, will he be in your top 10 for GOAT consideration in 5?
You say top 10? Yeah, he has to be in consideration.
I mean, top 5. Sorry, top 5.
Top 5? No, not for me. But he could break into top 5. But the more he does now, I feel like it tarnishes what I remember from previous eras.
Marcus, top 5 for you?
No. I like Jericho. He had a nice career, but he doesn't even crack my top 20 all-time favorite wrestlers. I think he's done a lot. He's been very entertaining in a lot of spots of his career. He's reinvented himself numerous times. He has longevity. He's had nice matches, but for the most part, he doesn't crack my top 20 of this is the guy who when I think pro wrestling, Jericho's he's I think when people decide he's the GOAT, I'll go it's a bit overrated. And I'm not trying to take it away from Jericho, but it's just my own personal bias here. He's not in my top 20.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get our ass back on the floor. Let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown. Shout out to Coolio one more time with that. Shout out with that. Friday Night SmackDown was affected by Hurricane Ian because a lot of people could not make it to the show.
Dynamite had the same issues.
You didn't seem to care about that being an issue on Thursday.
I know. What's going on? Dynamite was
I was giving him a pass, but I knew both shows were terrible.
I mean,
I'm going to say that neither show would have been that much different without Ian being involved. I'm just saying, but I would also agree with that. But I'm just saying, we compare them. They both, every wrestling show was affected by, except for NXT, which was taped this week, was affected by Hurricane Ian.
So who was smarter, the tape show or the ones that tried to go live? I mean, the thing about the AEW show, it still felt like an AEW show. It still felt like Dynamite. There were things I was like, okay, I like it. The main event between Jericho and Bandito saved that show, in my opinion. It was great. Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb, that was not a very good match. And I hate to say that was probably one of the worst matches I've seen Serena Deeb have. But overall, it was still Dynamite. This is what Dynamite is. It happens. But Friday Night SmackDown was just
it seem like that. You made it seem like Dynamite was the hurricane.
I mean, Friday Night SmackDown.
Oh shit! I was living my life, and then on Wednesday night, goddamn AEW Dynamite came on TV.
The only
Blew my house away.
The only thing that really followed up for Friday Night SmackDown was that we got the carryover from when Solo whooped Madcap's and Ricochet's ass, and they started the show off with Sami Zayn and Solo going against Ricochet and Madcap Moss, which I thought was a very fun and entertaining opening match with Solo being made to look bigger. But I think the true thing that stood out the most was what happened after the match at the Bloodlines locker room where it was taped. Manny, can you explain to what the hater ass Jey Uso did to the honorary Uso?
Jey Uso knows that Sami Zayn is up to some shit, and he got everybody in his family fooled. Everybody, even his daddy, tweeting at Rikishi. You got a fourth son now.
Yeah. Jey Uso be hating, man. I can't wait for him to win, though. I can't wait till he's vindicated and gets to finally tear Sami Zayn to shreds. I can't wait.
I can't wait for main event Jey Uso to return to face off against Sami Zayn.
Mark, I feel like you would have played the role of Sami Zayn in this situation if someone came with confronted you said, I know what dastardly plans you're coming up with, but hey, man, take that up with the boss. I think you would be Sami Zayn and then walk into the locker room talking about, hey, Solo. I think you would be that lady.
I would strap myself and fart in that locker room too, just to know you have to live with it. That's the kind of man I am. I ain't shit, and I would just throw it in his face, being the honorary Uso.
So then directly following that segment, we got a package from Karrion Kross, which I thought was a good package, but I just cannot stop thinking about to myself that Scarlett takes so much time to get dressed up and get dolled up for these segments to film so he can talk his rhetoric. Marcus, what did you feel about Karrion Kross talking to Drew McIntyre with Scarlett just doing her Scarlett thing?
They had a bunch of things going on in this one. Not only that, with Scarlett doing witchery or whatever the fuck she's doing in her packages, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. They decided to do some little ballroom dancing as well in the middle of this package. They did everything in this package. But get vaccinated. That's everything they did. They did everything but that. And I enjoy their packages. I just still hate his hair. I'm distracted by it. I hate the man's hair. And the strap match, I hope it's the best match he has in a while, because we all know what that man can do in the ring. Not much.
Manny, I know you're in the camp of we can't stand Karrion Kross because he can grow hair and he chooses to be bald for that one period of time. But this overall segment, this is probably the best segment that he had since coming back to the main roster.
First of all, how dare you just say, "Oh yeah, Karrion Kross had a bald face," and just expect us not to pick up on something like that. my bald face will never end. Permanent. Can't have a face.
It's not a face. It's a lifestyle. It's not a choice. My hair betrayed me many years ago. Almost 20 years ago. My hair said, you know what? I'm going to recede back. And you want to know something even worse? I'm never coming back. I'm leaving your ass. Leaving your ass forever.
Marcus,
and I'm taking the kids.
And Marcus, and I'm going to grow in places where you don't want hair to be at. That's what I'm going to do. You can grow hair on your elbow, but you can't grow it on your head. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Fuck your hair.
Check out that long nose hair you get now. Check me out.
What about that ear hair? Look at that ear. How you gonna get it? Because if you put the clipper in the ear, you gonna hear that buzz sound. You don't want that.
Yeah, I'm gonna grow on your earlobe.
Yeah, fuck your hair.
What was the question?
I mean, literally, it's just the best segment that you've seen from Karrion Kross as being called up, but I don't think anyone cares about that because we went on a rant.
I tell you what,
I've never seen at somebody. And that's
I've never seen them two act more normal in the up, down video where Xavier Woods nearly kills Liv Morgan with a hot chip. She's all crying out of her eyes. I think she started to see Jesus as she's lying on the floor in pain. As Braun Strowman was allegedly the one that gave him the idea to do it.
I mean, what can you say? I mean, they are a gimmick. I mean, directly following this package, that's when the QR code pops up, and then people did all their countless research. Marcus, you And The Fiend has been a part of our network since the beginning of time. It was one of the most viewed videos that we've ever had, Marcus. Are you excited for the possible return of The Fiend, aka Bray Wyatt?
Well, if he does return, I know we get the first exclusive interview with his burnt crispy ass.
Should we all tweet that out after the show?
Exclusive interview with The Fiend one more time.
just repost the old video.
Yeah, have you got the stench of that time Randy Orton burns you up alive? But I think that the excitement is showing through a lot of people that The Fiend is coming back. Hopefully, these QR code games. I think if it's anybody other than Bray Wyatt, the WWE universe will turn on them, and AEW will have all the momentum again, and Triple H will be seen as a false prophet and a liar at this current moment. But does it mean something that the QR code showed up during Karrion Kross though? Are they gonna be aligned?
Well, because like I said, that fan theory about all these people, Dexter, Karrion, Braun, and all them be part of the Fun House coming back, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but I don't know if that's really the thing. The question is, Marcus, will The Fiend debut before AEW figures out what they're gonna do with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega? Because I hear that shit is still tense in that situation.
Well, as you said, Kenny Omega is living his best life. He done reunited with Ibushi. He's doing all types of interviews. He's having fun as the Bucks and CM Punk just suffering the wayside. As CM Punk is seen walking down the streets of Chicago with a sling or an arm brace in multiple different photos, whether it's from our exclusive reporter Maurice, who has the scoop on this. And then a random picture posted.
Yeah, but Maurice did it politely. He took a picture while he wasn't looking. But this girl like just got in this man facing out a picture taker.
You know, maybe I need to go kick it in Rancho Cucamonga to see if the Bucks gonna show up. You know, just be like, hey, what you guys doing? You coming back?
Yeah, you know, they're down the street from you. Yeah, you can easily walk to the Bucks door and say, so what y'all doing, man? How you guys plan to come back? I want the exclusive. Give me the hot take.
So
your black ass off my property. That's what I'm about to say.
So this is where SmackDown, to me, the opening match, the Karrion Kross segment, that's what was planned. Afterwards, this is where the audible was pulled, and this is where we had Austin Theory being interviewed by Caleb Braxton, which led into a match between him and Drew McIntyre. Then that led into a match with Austin Theory teaming with Alpha Academy going against McIntyre, Gargano, and Kevin Owens, to the point where they even brought up that Gargano and McIntyre had a fight in Evolve at one point. Manny,
Dragon Gate.
Are you?
Why is Michael Cole just name dropping now? PWG.
Yeah, I was out there, Michael Cole out these streets. Talking about he doing work. I don't understand when Michael Cole became a fan of ETE. Like that's where we're at with Michael Cole, where he's like, oh yeah, you know, I used to dabble in Dragon Gate. Like, I would be interested to see if Michael Cole was out there tape trading his old Japanese wrestling collection and shit. Like, oh, here, you want to see some old Antonio Inoki matches with me? Michael, what?
You do remember when Michael Cole was hired by WWE, they introduced him as respected journalist and editorial investigative reporter, Michael Cole. He knows how to get to the dirt. He was just held back by Vince. It's simple as that.
Vince, I want to talk about Dragon Gate. Shut up, Michael.
But gentlemen, I want to ask a more important question. I don't know who wants to take this question more because something happened with arguably our most favorite faction in WWE right now. That is Maximum Male Models. They were going for the record, and I
think we need to go for that record.
He should have had his elbow up higher, but Max Dupree. I
just tore something in my armpit.
Well, I would go to Marcus first, so Manny can attend to his armpit. Marcus, Max Dupree didn't want them to break that record if it was a record. Marcus, is LA Knight coming back or what's going on, Marcus? I'm concerned.
Yeah. You sons of bitches. When he seems happy, genuinely happy. You guys don't finagle yourself a title shot? No. We're going for the title to Logan's phone. Man, I don't know what this group is about anymore. And he's really upset about this. You created this group. You put this monstrosity together.
Yeah, but Maxine was not his position. Remember, she did take his job briefly. She took his job.
What do you think the Canadian post record time is?
Mark, I don't know. Mark, I don't even think there's a such thing, Marcus. I don't.
There is.
Well,
There has to be.
I think we should go for it, guys. I mean, I'm sure there's one Canadian watching this show somewhere, and if we could just pose for them.
Let me just say,
pose for them. We put our poses and just put images up there and cheat the whole fucking system, and then we come back and it's like, wow, that was some pose for 24 hours.
Let me just say, quite frankly, the best thing about the entire segment was once again Michael Cole pointed out when he said they've already broke the longest pose record of Edge and Christian with the 5-second pose they're going for. Of all the pictures, why that one? And you know, I don't even hate myself. I just hate
That's the only one of us free.
Yeah, I just hate Marcus being on the Swerve Scott outfit, one of the worst outfits, because his head looks like he took so much time to put his head on perfectly. My name is not Earl, says Blame Canada.
Blame Canada. But Manny's head in that image looks like it's rolling off. It's a really terrible place to head. Like just fall over.
You made me look like Zordon on a body.
Don't make me do it, Manny. Don't make me make you look like Zordon. Don't make me put you in Zordon's cube for the next show. Okay?
Manny, so Top Dollar to me looks like he's not in the best shape. Like he took some time off. He struggled in his match with the Los Lotharios, but they got the win. Hit Row. I can actually say this, and I'm going to say this to you because I don't want Marcus to say I actually miss Swerve Scott with them because I think he completed this group. I think I do miss Swerve Scott with Hit Row.
No, I think Top Dollar just needs to be away from this group.
Marcus
is holding him back.
I think that the group can still work, but I just think they need to stop being baby faces and they need to just be heels. They need to be if they're going to do this, they need to be bad people. I would like to see them go the route of Jeff Jarrett and hit people with guitars or something.
And quite frankly, I'm getting frustrated with the Los Lotharios. They keep putting their nose in other people's business. A couple of weeks ago, Maximum Male Models was their target. Now they messing with Hit Row. Who are they gonna mess with next? I just don't know.
Mean? They shut up Hit Row's club last week.
They did. You know, super kick. They super kicked the motherfuckers. I think I would have did the same thing. So it's funny because, you know, I had to drive in from work. And so when I get to work, I get in on the second hour of SmackDown. And I turned it on. And goddamn it, it made me want to turn it off when I had to see Natty versus Ronda Rousey again. I was like, I don't need this in my life. I don't need this match. They have fought like 85 different times. This is like the equivalent.
Like 3 times. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But anytime Natty wrestles a match, you have to times it by 10 because that's how old she's been in the game. I just don't need to see Natty versus Ronda Rousey anymore. I just don't need to see it.
Come to that. How do we?
That's some terrible logic.
And I did not hate the Natty and Ronda match or segment.
Did you hate the Liv addition to it though? The Liv with the baseball bat?
I hated her bat because I thought it was a barbed wire baseball bat, but I did laugh when her back meant nothing because Ronda Rousey had a kick. It was like, yeah, I know how to handle you. Yeah, right to the stomach, Liv, and Liv was like, oh shit, this bat is useless. I didn't realize she had great bat defense. Like that's what happened because Liv got fucked up and she brought up the bat.
Yeah, she did. She brought the bat out.
Cora Jade and Alba Fire need to take notes. That's how if they want to be out there swinging bats, and I don't care if it is on fire. Ronda Rousey would just kick you in the stomach and eliminate your bat.
I don't know. I don't know if Ronda Rousey's ready for fire though. I don't know if Ronda Rousey's ready for fire.
I mean, Alba Fire took all that time to lay that gasoline soaked rags just to spell out what she spelled out for Mandy. And it's like, damn, that's a lot of effort that you put into it. But
she had backup just in case they would try to meet each other in the parking lot too.
So, Manny, you're known to throw fisticuffs. My question for you: did you think that Sheamus plan of taking on the entire Imperium with just him and Shillelagh was a wise move? Do you think that was a wise move on his part?
I mean, it's Sheamus, of course. He's come from the school of Finley. Finley would go in there with no disregard for his body. So why shouldn't Sheamus?
But
king of the bangers.
Philly would have won.
King of the bangers.
The king of the bangers is a cool nickname, by the way.
That sounds like you could also be an OnlyFans too, but whatever.
Let him have it. I'm sure I would love for someone to sue him. Hold on, Sheamus. Buddy. I am the king of the bangers. And it's just Val Venus just going, ooh.
But overall, I think this gets you really hyped for the season premiere of SmackDown next week because if
I don't give a damn about no season premiere. Just give me Sheamus and Gunther. That's the season premiere stuff.
That's what it's about.
It doesn't make sense because the next night they're having a Donnybrook match.
Well, they get to fight with rules, Manny, and then they get to fight without rules. Who do you got winning these matches?
I feel like the on SmackDown it's gonna be a no finish.
Yeah, I think probably no finish on Friday, and then the Brawling Brutes probably win somehow on Extreme Rules.
Like the thing about it is that like they gotta milk the moment because Sheamus needs the IC title to complete his career, and quite frankly, you can probably milk this out and stretch it out to at least the Royal Rumble with a few with that to like give the Intercontinental title some more relevance to like keep Gunther distracted with Sheamus and stuff like that. I can see them doing that. Because then you can go into Survivor Series where you have the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium or something like that. You can do that going forward. The Marcus, now I save this question for you. We got Bayley without Damage Control going against SHOTZI, but SHOTZI was not alone either. The return of the tank, Marcus, but the tank has been upgraded because now it has Pyro. Marcus, is SHOTZI Blackheart back because she has the tank? She's complete now.
Well, she doesn't have her last name. She's still just known as SHOTZI. She doesn't have her Blackheart with her. Soon we will get that. But I was happy to see the taking care of business tank with Pyro and stuff. And it's not just a shitty missile. Happy to see that she has that back. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Manny, what about you? SHOTZI, longtime friend of the show. Are you happy to see that she's back in the tank?
I'm happy the tank's back, but I'm still missing the SHOTZI death spot. I didn't get one this week.
Manny, for pay-per-views.
No. We got them every week on NXT.
Yeah, it was like, oh, SHOTZI, what are you doing? Don't die.
Maybe she's becoming less of a risk taker. I mean, she sees what it did to Jeff Hardy's career, and so she's like, you know what? These risks are just not important. The main event
to the rest of wrestling because they don't seem to care.
They don't.
I believe Julia Hart almost killed herself the other week.
The 6-man tag concluded the show. Solid 6-man tag, but in the grand scheme of it all, it really told no type of story that was taking place in professional wrestling, except for, hey, everybody's stuck because of Hurricane Ian. Manny, overall, did you enjoy the main event of SmackDown?
It was fine. It was a hurricane. It was the SmackDown main event sponsored by Hurricane Ian.
This is the story of the hurricane. All the roster had to stay home. I don't know. I can't rhyme all that shit. I'm not Bob Dylan.
Stay away. Stay away.
Oh, yeah.
Stay away, Marcus. You're too sleepy, man. You're too sleepy.
Yeah.
You need to be in a strap.
Hurricane.
But overall, I mean, it was a hurricane week. Wrestling didn't have much. As Manny says, we all need a vacation. Extreme Rules might be the tipping point for the vacation. Who knows?
That's when as Shantae's gonna come out, people gonna be whipping each other. Huh?
Shantae said yes as the vacation.
I'm just checking the email. There's a New Japan World account. Verified.
Yeah, I created that one because Marcus changed his password to his New Japan account, and I decided, you know what? I should just pay for my own self one.
I would like to take that password, please.
Ready?
Oh yeah. I did change it. I was gonna make it more friendly for all of us.
Because I was going to go and watch the Ospreay versus Okada match because everyone talked about how great this match was, and I was ready, log it in, and it was like the password is not right.
Everyone, you saw Maurice posted when
I saw Jamal posted first, Marcus, friend of the show.
No, we said this on ETE months ago.
I'm like the masses. I don't watch ETE.
No one else does either, so you're not alone there, Eric. Sorry, Marcus.
No shots, Marcus. I mean, luckily, Marcus, for you, I decided to put out my photography video that got less views than ETE, and now it's the lowest view thing on the channel.
Oh, wait.
It's another episode
Actually,
of ETE that got lower views than that.
Actually, so that match you talk about, Will Ospreay and Okada, where Okada won the G1. That's the lowest episode of ETE on the channel at complete.
Yeah.
But Marcus, the thing I asked for you with ETA, you still have fun doing it, right?
Yeah, but you know,
you don't like losing up. Yes, El Luchador, I have no problem with lowering the bar and being the below standard. I don't need to be the standard.
Eric lowers the curve for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I make life better for everybody else. That's what I do. Make everybody else feel better. That's why everybody, please go and comment on this video. Even if you listen to the audio, comment on the video. Help Lord Manish. Did I say it right, Lord Manny?
It's Prince Manish, and that's when I'm on other channels. Which is
never. Needless to say,
Manny's made too many enemies in the internet to do that.
Oh, Manny. I mean, the cross team up that we had the one time that didn't go too well. Didn't go too well. If only Jamal knew, because that was going to eventually be a blow up between him and Marcus in the Mid-Cart Best podcast, and he's going to be talking saucy in comments, subtweeting the Sharpshooters, talking about stuff, wearing merchandise, just like Mike the Mad Dog.
I think Mike's separation was that he's racist, stupid, and an idiot.
Wow.
That's transphobic.
Wow.
And transphobic. And I think misogynistic too. And a piece of shit. You know, piece of shit is really hard to get along with.
No, he started calling out people in the mid-card mess, and like, so I think that's what got him banned.
Oh, shout out to the Rebel. I remember him. Greatest feud we ever had.
His co-host is cool. His co-host was all right.
Yeah, I mean, he just seemed like he was there with him. I mean, Manny, you have to go back to the archives for that. We don't want to live in the past.
But Mike is from
Mic'd Up Sports.
No, Mad Mike is the guy from West. What was it? What was that MTV show? Pit My Ride.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Clearly, there's the stories that every of those rides that were pipped out was just trash afterwards. Like they couldn't handle what they were doing.
They never did any engine work.
No, they didn't.
No, and then they were it was a lot bad with that show. They would charge the people, but people couldn't afford it, so they just start tearing shit out, or they'd leave shit in and be like, I can't, this is undrivable. So it's a dark side of the ring for Pimp My Ride, apparently.
It was. Oh man, speaking of dark side of things, man, the reports
Ruin
about
Exhibit.
Randy Orton's injury is really grave. Like they're questioning if he'll ever be able
to give me back. No one's ever really gone in wrestling.
That is also true, Marcus. That is also true.
So
could you imagine Randy Orton have to change up and we get no more RKOs and he adopted a ground game?
The last RKO that we might have seen is the one that Manny landed on Jen when she fell over them boxes. That might be the last RKO that we've ever seen. I mean, look at Betty, great to go, cue it up again. That's look at Betty. You know, I must admit, I'm so happy that the footage of when I slid across the hall at ITT Tech when we were having a water gun fight in the thing that footage doesn't exist anymore, because I heard they said the instructors was watching that video left and right. Also, be going through the vending machine was also pretty rewatched.
I'm sure that's on the internet somewhere, Eric. Someone has it. Again, with the internet, nothing is really gone. Although there is footage at my job where we have these two serving robots where they decided to crash into each other and food went everywhere. Made my day.
Why haven't you released this footage?
I don't own this footage. I
can't. Don't get this footage. I want to see this footage.
The fact that he has server robots at his job that got beef with each other, that they were willing to throw food at each other, is the most offensive thing ever. Man, fuck your Octane. No, fuck your Octane. I got you. -0321. I got you.
So the only thing that brings people together is one, that when the robot fails for whatever reason, it just seems to bring happiness to people. As in, oh yes, They're not here to replace me or my job. Look at this shit.
Have you stuck like red and blue bandanas on them yet?
Shout out to South Park for the best episode ever, The Cripples. I mean, that's still my favorite episode. One of the best episodes ever. We go to the rec center. The rec center, damn it. So Marcus, back to is Okada versus Ospreay really worth me paying for this New Japan Pro Wrestling account?
No, I'm gonna give you the password. It is. It's a great match, but Marcus, you're not gonna use it.
When I ask you for passwords and stuff, sometimes Marcus, you sleep, you don't respond.
I noticed it because I changed the password, and I remember why I changed it because I was going to share it with Manny and you, just to be like, "Oh, this is an easier password for you guys to have."
Because Eric's passwords are the fucking impossible to type into things.
Hey, that's why you copy and paste the son of a bitch.
Your password can kiss my ass, Eric.
It's 20 characters. It's because I don't want nobody to break my shit. That's what I don't want.
So the one to sign into the YouTube and the email is the most difficult one. And then because I switch between the Sharpshooters and my account, it's so easy to sign out of that account. So you end up signing out of all my account and that account for some reason. And it's like, what's the fucking password? Oh, it's just 20 character long thing.
I'm sorry if I believe in cybersecurity, but Manny, my question for you: how's Dreamcatcher going? Last time I know that you took all of Scrooge's money. What's going on in your Disney adventures right now?
Oh, I'm 3 million gold deep in my pumpkin game.
Oh God! You see that latte you got today? Manny provided that.
You gotta understand, like these games where you get to build crops and shit, and they make your money. Man, it's amazing. When you see your seed, you plant those seeds and then they grow, and this is more money, more money, more money. I was doing that.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you guys both a fucking question at this moment? If you enjoy this shit in the video form, why not do it in real life?
We're gonna fucking hard work, Marcus. And if I was to plant a pumpkin, it's not gonna take 6 hours to grow. It's gonna take like 2 months to grow.
Yeah. Let me point out to you. So I downloaded Farming Simulator for the Xbox Game Pass.
You're a fool. Why would you get that?
I downloaded it. And I turned it on and I said, fuck, this game is too much hard work. And it was, because like they try to they streamline some of the stuff. But for me to take my crops, drive them to the mill, then drive back, I was like, nah, I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time for that. So I deleted that.
So real question, have you actually downloaded Disney Dream Valley?
It is on my Xbox. I just have not turned it on yet because I know
you need to free up some time. You need to free up like 2 weeks.
So right now, I'm currently, as you know, the video of the Steam Deck. I have not been able to play any other game but fucking Played Up because I'm obsessed with trying to get past level 5. Like have my restaurant open more than 5 days, and I just can't do it. It's hard. I suck.
I mean, I bought like 600 seeds, pumpkin seeds. You bring a buddy when you start harvesting, they start shooting out bonus pumpkins. I sold Goofy over 1,000 pumpkins.
Yep, Marcus, these type of games, they feed into your addiction. They're called cozy games, man. It's like you're relaxing, they're mindless fun, and you're just trying to grow crops and make money.
I've gone too far. I watched Frozen on my own on Sunday. Just went out my way to watch Frozen on my own.
Well, so Manny, so you could do some research to how to handle Elsa?
No, it was just like the song was stuck in my head because they got the Disney song coming up. If you tape them to do some of that thing, and it was like. And it was like, oh, fine. Now I'm gonna have to go watch Moana tomorrow.
So to I go to Marcus Confessions. Shout out to the people who are in charge of Smile and their promotional. What they did at that baseball game is fucking ridiculous. I did not appreciate seeing those people in the audience of the Yankees game.
Nah, it creeped me the hell out because I was like, what
was I pitching when they focused on that? Yes. I was like, that'd be so confused. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
I mean,
Can we throw them out?
Because, I can't wait to go see Smile. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know when I'm going to go see it, but I really want to see it. Because
Coco is my jam too, but that film, that will make people cry if you watch that.
Yeah. Mama Coco?
Coco get you where it shouldn't get you at the heartstrings. You know, my favorite one is Tangled. I love me some Tangled. I don't care what anybody say. That horse was about that life, man. He was the first real cop trying to bust the case because he wasn't gonna let that shit go. Shout out to Tangled. It's Tangled in there.
Mother, what's her name, isn't it? Gothel. And it's very weirdly sexual the way she talks to you.
Anyway, Eric, me and Manny cast you in The Little Mermaid this week for whatever reason.
Little Mermaid. You know I don't like that movie.
We cast you as every character.
We had you do Eddie Murphy. Well, we didn't even go that far. You were Ariel, the villain.
Wait, first and foremost.
And then you were Eric, the love interest.
So I love myself?
First of all, Eric, you still had to go to you when you were a mermaid.
This sounds like very similar to the Chip and Dale premise of the movie. Me being washed up Peter Pan, recasting people to do Bollywood versions of these classics.
Yeah, but the reason we did this was because we were talking about them pissing people off in the Little Mermaid and how petty I am. Well, I was like, oh, is this what you don't want? You gonna be mad about the little black girl singing the Little Mermaid song? I cast Eric. I ain't like that shit. He played all the roles.
First of all, I probably would be a very good Lord Farquaad. Lord Farquaad was the original hater of all haters, man. Shout out to Lord Farquaad.
Original hater.
An original.
You know, he was down there. He was short and hating, like just a hating motherfucker.
If you want to go original Disney haters, you can't go past Ursula.
Well, I think the original one was Snow White's fairy got her mother. Like the bitch wanted to kill her. Like literally.
A bad bitch.
Well, Sleeping Beauty, they put that bitch to sleep. Put that bitch to sleep.
Like,
that's some petty shit.
Hey, Rapunzel, they locked up in the towers, like, bitch, your hair, like, to the point where she had to grow her hair to escape.
Guys, where have we become? We are men close to our 40s talking about Disney villains.
This was our childhood. This was our childhood. Best Disney villain, it's like, some people would even say he's a Disney villain because it's a Pixar movie, but that fucking bear from Toy Story Part 3 was the shit. He was about that life. He was going to kill them all. Every last one of them.
Well, if we want to talk about villains, and we want to go into the Disney vein of all of this, is it only Disney we're talking about?
Mark, we're at the point where
Jafar was only doing the right thing. He tried to create a democracy. God damn it! Oh no, that's Jafar. That's Aladdin. I'm thinking of Scar. Sorry. Also, the Sultan should have been overran by Jafar too. The Sultan was an idiot.
Worst leader ever. This is the worst, man.
Jafar didn't really want to fucking underage Jasmine. I mean, he did, but he didn't really care. He just wanted to save Akuba. He was innocent. He was an innocent. You know, forget the villain. Oh, the OG villain of and we brought this up before. It's the only victor in all of this. It's the damn the hunter who killed Bambi's mom. That man walked out in the sunset. He walked out in the sunset. Ain't no replications happened to him. He shot that bitch.
So completely. So behind the scenes of the best of, I am at the point where I was researching. I actually found the video of Bambi's mom's death, and I was like, I can't use this. Originally I wanted us talking about it, and then I wanted a clip of Eric pretending to shoot a gun, and then Bambi was like, "Mommy, Mama," and then the big deer going, "She ain't gonna be here anymore." I didn't want Eric to go, "Oops."
You know, when I was looking at what news stories that happened this week, I came across one news story that felt like the hunter, killing my hopes and dreams. It was, I didn't even talk about it, but it was Fandango confirming that they abandoned the plans to do season 3 of Southpaw Regional Wrestling because overall Vince didn't like Southpaw, but it did so well on YouTube. That's why they were going to do it. But those plans have since been nixed. And I'm like, damn you. Southpaw was the greatest thing ever, man. Love you. I think
Southpaw. If everyone tweets at Triple H, he'll have to bring it back because he's
all about all 10 tweets for the Sharpshooters. Like, yeah, Betty. If we can't get people to comment on your videos, I don't think we can get people to tweet about Southpaw.
Do it for Dewey Jackson. Come on, Triple H. Do it for Dewey Jackson.
Do it for Dewey. Doing it for Dewey.
Right, remember that moment when Shantae met her Dewey partner at New Orleans? They took that picture.
There's only two people in the world with the Do It for Dewey shirts. It's Shantae and that guy, and they decided to link up and like, oh shit.
Man, if I had enough time, I could pull up that picture and find it, but I don't think I have enough time. But that
I love when you see things like that, especially like if you go to a Comic-Con or something and you see a Sonic without a Tails, so you have to find them a Tails and you have to put them together to have a photo.
It's like if you go and you see an Alvin and you see a Simon, you need to find a Theodore. It's like I need all the chipmunks together, and the cherry on top, you can find Dave, someone who played Dave. Like here's Dave. But
I feel like this should be a shoot episode.
Fuck Dave.
Manny, I'm okay.
Dave? Where the money at, Dave? For the Alvin and the Chipmunks. Where the money at, Dave? Where the money at?
Marcus, Dave is
the Chipmunks were dropping hits. Dropping the hits. Where the money at, Dave?
Marcus, Dave is like every parent that adopt kids and put them kids in show business. They just want the money, and that's why I adopted these kids, Marcus. It wasn't for the love.
Real question: Chipmunks black to you, or are they Caucasian descent?
Marcus, they black.
Yeah,
they had talent, man. They had talent. That's what happened.
I imagine Dave adopted 3 young black kids. And kind of out of control, and he made money off of them on music.
No, it's just like
Jerry Heller.
No, it's just
taking money from the NWA.
I found out that the New York Yankees had another black baseball player from Compton, California, and I was like, shit, really? Look at that. And Marcus, he also went to the Compton College baseball thing. I should pull up his name just so we can talk, because he hit a home run when I watched it. He hit it before Aaron Judge did.
By the way, fuck the Miami Dolphins trash staff. You're trash. Woo! You're always gonna be trash. It made that they made the whether you're Tony Khan or Dixie Carter, the safe protocols look horrible. Yeah, he could cuss. He looking cuss. Oh, we gonna put him back out there on short days? Yeah. Oh, that went bad.
That went real bad. That went real bad.
Like the worst thing could have happened. Oh.
I was like, really? This is what we gonna do? This is
exactly.
Marcus,
that's exactly what Alvin and Chipmunks is.
When the world goes round.
Aaron Hicks is black and from down here. Play for the Yankees. Oh, I got a bone bruise from my knee. Wonder why. But yeah.
Masturbating.
I can't. Who masturbates on their knees?
I don't know, Eric. You're a sick son of a bitch.
No, I'm trying to find me a tower to masturbate. I got ideas now.
Oh, yeah.
I got ideas, man. I don't care what anybody say. That seems like the life. Once again, the worst window in Westeros. You can either have some cum fall on you or a king. I don't know. If shit falls out that window, man.
Shout out to the House of Dragons and the pettiness of that show. I mean, since we are the International House of Petty, shout out to the House of Dragons and the Targaryens for all the petty shit that goes on in that show. Just petty.
It is,
everybody.
Man. Everybody. That's the life that we live, man. That's the life that we live. And, I'm satisfied with us making it over the hour mark. So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Sharpshooters Podcast. Manny, are you still angry or are you in a better mood?
I'm slightly in a better mood, but remember that fire still burns inside.
All right, Batista.
Oh, wait. No. I see a punk. This fire burns always.
I almost walked off the show when I was looking at news, and the number 3 news story was something that Ricky Morton said. I was like, man, why the fuck they still talking to this dude? Talking about pro locker rooms used to be sacred. I'm like, no one cares about you. No one does.
Again, I wish every wrestler, and I mean this, every single one of them. And I mean this. I want to paraphrase this to make sure that I'm not talking about old wrestlers. I'm talking about current wrestlers. I'm talking about past wrestlers. I'm talking about future wrestlers. I just wish they all just shut the fuck up. Simple as that. They all talk too much. They all have their podcasts and their media scrubs or whatever. Just everybody shut the fuck up.
You know what?
The problem I have is, why are people listening to Disco Inferno? He wasn't good in the 90s. Why are people listening to Disco Inferno?
First of all, Mark, shout out to the Clippers, Destroy and Maccabi. Don't know who they are, but Mark, y'all whoop their asses.
Yeah, whatever.
But
Monday's the real game when Kawhi and John Wall come back. But fuck all these fucking podcasts, the Vince Russos, the Disco Inferno, the Conans, who else?
You know
somebody. Renee Dupree has a podcast.
You know why?
Renee Dupree, which is my favorite name of all these.
They took all the views and listeners for us because we ain't never laced up no boots. So yes, they would rather hear Renee Dupree talk about something than Eric the Hater. So yes, fuck Mark. I agree with you. I second. Fuck those podcasts. Renee Dupree wasn't good before, so why is Cafe Dupree a thing?
I do like the title of his show, Cafe Renee, or something like that.
You're walking on dangerous grounds right there. Don't you talk about the great Baron Corbin. He was kidnapped by JBL. He's going to be back. Don't disrespect Baron Corbin like that. Don't. No. He's far superior than Disco Inferno. Far superior.
Disco Fever. Disco Fever.
Yeah. Shit, that was a catchy song, though. You can't be mad about that. You just can't.
Hey, more people know Disco Inferno than they do most modern wrestlers today. That's because he grew up with 8 million people who were watching wrestling for no reason.
Well, Marcus, since you are a founding member of House of Petty, my question for you, what wrestling podcast that's hosted by a former wrestler would you love to go on just to go on the show and tell them that I think you suck as a wrestler, I think you suck as a podcast, just to go do everything? Like, who do you want? What show do you want to be on? Be like, yeah.
Well, I never listened to a bunch of them. But does it have to actually? I don't even know if they have a podcast or not.
Marcus, they don't have to have a podcast. Just hypothetically, you could just go in there and tell somebody you suck.
I would love to tell the Insane Clown Posse to go fuck themselves and kiss my black ass on their podcast and them not see it coming.
Manny, what about you? Jonathan Gresham, is that your one? You have one?
Manny would go on Nick Aldis' show and just fall asleep and forget that he was supposed to cuss his ass out.
I think that's the correct answer.
So, of course, to me, I would go on Matt Hardy's podcast, point to him that I used to like him, and now he's a shill of himself, and he needs to delete all of his existence from the world of professional wrestling because he ain't what he used to be. And
his response would be, "Oh yeah!"
His response to get me to turn around.
I can slam a tornado.
His response to get me to turn around was like, he was like, "Well, what if I put my brother Jeff on the show? Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Charismatic." Because you know that changed the narrative right here. If Jeff shows up.
Eric goes for a meet and greet with the Hardy Boys, and only Matt shows up, and he's really upset, just like, well, we don't have to spend that much time together at this meet and greet, guys. We can just keep it moving. Jeff Hardy shows up, Eric's there for 6 hours.
That's been the best workout ever.
Yeah, driving in a passenger seat with Jeff Hardy as they drive drunkenly down the road together.
I mean, technically, in your meet and greet with Jeff Hardy, all you do all day is like that. Like, Jeff, are we gonna stop doing this? No.
You guys to paint each other's faces for sure.
You could tell Marcus that you could ask Marcus, when I see wrestlers and people, I'm so indifferent about it, I could care less. Marcus is the one that kind of marks out when he see people.
Only marked out once.
Mark a couple of times, Marcus.
Whatever.
Yeah, come on, Marcus. Though I don't even know what time you want to bring up, Marcus. I bring up my favorite time from Sam's Town. When you talk so much shit about Roderick Strong because that was the only t-shirt they had in your size. And then when you saw Roderick Strong walking with his wife, and he was like, "Great shirt, guy." Mark was like, "High five." It was so happy that he high-fived Roderick Strong that he changed the narrative real quick about Roddy Strong, Marcus.
I like Roddy Strong, though. I just don't want to represent Roddy Strong with one of his shirts.
Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm Eric.
I'm the slightly subdued Lord Manny Hayes.
You can make him feel better if you comment on this video and also donate to the show.
Hill's the kick man for Manny.
Hit that donate button. Because
it's help us pay for StreamYard.
And put it this way. one thing, Manny might like comments, but money makes him a lot happier. It does. It really does.
And he does sometimes like the money that jingles, but he also likes the money that folds.
Marcus, you promised that you was gonna do this every episode. So before you do your close, I need you to ask for money like Bandito, Marcus. Come on, Marcus, bring it in. Get all the money, Marcus. Ask for all the money. Rain down on us, Marcus.
Well, bring it in, guys. Bring it in. Whatever you got, nickels and dimes. Come on. I'm really disappointed that he didn't do that at the end of Rampage. But assuming he saved all that for the indie shows.
Anyway,
this is a serious company. I can't be out there asking for money on television. This is a serious show.
It will be it will be an Extreme Rules watch along next Saturday. There will be no Saturday show at that point. It will just be a watch along. So hope you guys join us. I'm more than likely we'll probably have Wes on the show, and he will disappear. So you can tune in to see what magical trick that he plays as Extreme
And then when
Rules.
Wes disappears, it won't even be a watch along anymore. I mean, me and Eric talking about food.
Yes.
which is what happens. Which is what happens when it's me and Eric alone.
Marcus will be at work and chime in and see Eric and Betty talk about biscuits and stuff like that. So how do you like yours with a light drizzle or a webbing? Because that's what happens when me and Betty get along. You know it.
Stay tuned for the watch along of us. Me and Eric eat a charcuterie board.
A charcuterie board. Talk about the positive effects of blue cheese and grapes going together. Green or red grapes? Which one do you prefer? That's my pizza.
I still don't understand what's going on with that.
Oh, look at the graphic.
What is that? What is that?
That graphic. Marcus, have you been working on a new opening?
No, that's me.
I know. But Manny, I knew you did that, but that was just a shot at Marcus for not working on that opening.
He looks so old.
Hold on to that hairline. I better see Jey Uso show up in this. He better show up in this. Oh, damn. Poor Vince.
Oh, yeah, we haven't did the segment that killed Vince McMahon this week.
Wait, what killed Vince this week?
Ricochet.
It's
always Ricochet.
It had to be something else that killed Vince, not just Ricochet.
Let's see. Johnny Gargano main eventing his SmackDown show. May have killed Vince this week.
Maybe Max Dupree quitting on Maximum Male Model since he tried to fire him in the first place, and now people realize he was right. I don't know. Hey, let us know in the comments what killed Vince this week. You know how to do it. Please hit that like button. Please hit that ring bell for notifications and all those good things, all those jive.
Oh, we asked this question on the show. So I know the show ended, but Eric, you get the push, kill, and what was it, Mary? I forget what the other one was.
I'm not married. Nobody.
Push, kill, push, murder, fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Who are your wrestlers right now?
Who would I push?
Yeah.
Who would I push? Andrade. I will push Andrade. Who would I kill? Probably Saraya right now, because I don't think she brings anything. Saraya, whatever her name is. And what's the other person? It was push, kill, and fire?
Yeah, fire.
Tony Khan, because he shouldn't be using his daddy money for all the stuff that he's using it for.
But Dixie did.
Dixie is a very sweet lady, and me and Marcus talk about our love for Dixie when in one of the episodes of the shoot. We're gonna talk about that because she saw Marcus smile from a mile away, man. And Marcus, I quote, said, "I could have took her home. He could have that day, but we had to fight that security guard. We did.
It wasn't much of an option in Bakersfield. That was in Vegas, huh?
That was in Vegas, Marcus. Bakersfield was a wholly different experience, Marcus. I just don't want to revisit it at all, Marcus. That was
Eric. How's Shantae finding the M2 MacBook Air?
She seems to be on it left and right, using it a lot. She hasn't complained about it. I mean, she hasn't turned on the iMac at all. Like she's just been on her laptop the whole time.
I barely use my Mac Mini now.
Yeah, that's what most people say.
I use my Mac Mini for the show and then just producing thumbnails.
You know, the thing is, as Marcus pointed out, the house of scratch might be happening. You know, Marcus saw that video, Shantae's YouTube channel, about her scratching lotto tickets.
This has never been canon. We should not bring this up right now.
It's gonna surpass us in views. Watch.
No,
All right.
it will.
Push Wardlow for El Luchador. Fire Braun. I mean, Braun just got rehired. I mean, he ain't doing anything but just wrestling in ripped pants. Vince Cole, talking about indie. I don't even know what his comments are right now.
In the show.
Can we push Veer?
I think I'd established all I would do was murder Briggs and Jensen and then just walk away.
Fuck yeah.
I wouldn't complete anything else other than that.
Hey, why did Gallus go to jail? Never have I seen white injustice like that.
Marcus.
Injustice.
Marcus, Gallus is being racially profiled. First of all, they were back there playing their own private game. They were playing Texas Hold'em with 3 people, and then Briggs and Jensen Joe did the week before, and then now they being arrested this week. I think it's ridiculous. I'm all about the Gallus boys over Briggs and Jensen. I only like Phil and Henry.
I like to say that
Andre Chase his title shot next week to get into the tournament.
After recording Raw's Retro this week, I want to say the justice system ain't shit. As if Steve Austin is about to do a mass shooting and has all types of guns outside of our arena, does not go to jail. China goes to jail for unknown reason for sexually harassing Mark Henry, and now Gallus boys are going to jail for just punching one man.
I though that the greatest thing ever is that when like when you click the homepage of YouTube and it shows you videos that you should watch. For whatever reason, Manny's Raw's Retro thumbnail of China spreading her cheeks popped up into my feed. How many views that video had? I was like, God damn, that's just crazy. How many people clicked on that video just to see that?
Well, in one of our random things of views, Manny's on the Instagram Reels, Keith Lee and Swerve Scott got like 11,000 views for whatever reason.
What song did you attach to it, Manny?
Huh?
What song did you attach to that reel?
I didn't attach anything to it. Someone.
Oh, really? So that was 11,000 views of that just for.
Wow. No, there's a song on it, but like people just keep watching it.
Damn. If only we knew how to turn that into money.
And people keep watching my reel that I posted when I was in Wales, where I saw someone with a spoon tap like a bear that's made out of foam on the belly.
Manny.
And then I was just like, I need a spoon.
Manny, let me tell you something. That was probably one of the greatest videos I've ever watched. I personally wanted to be in Wales to order that exact same drink so I could hit that bear in the belly. I don't want the drink.
I need a spoon.
It's like, wow. I never knew that having a spoon hit you in your belly could be so relaxing. That's why I do fetishes. Tune into my OnlyFans and see me get tapped in the belly with a spoon.
In a bubble bath.
Now.
In a bubble bath.
Go before I share your cousin's link. Hey, go before I share your cousin's link.
You'll see as I get tapped in the belly with the spoon, you'll see my navel fill up with water. It is like bloop, like that, like a geyser. That's pure content right there. Anyway, I think we have fell off the rails. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Can that be the start of the new Little Mermaid movie you starred in?
I look forward to the watch along because anytime we do a watch along, we always get a new subscriber. So here's to new subscribers next Saturday. Because Marcus said it's been too long since we had new subscribers.
What are you talking about?
We
were stuck on 316 for a while. Now we're stuck on 321, which I kind of like.
No, I'm just saying. Oh, so we're about to do the Claymore to somebody?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. But Marcus said we ain't had no new subscribers. I'm just going by what Marcus says.
You really shouldn't go by what I'm saying. I speak untruthfulness.
Yeah, because you don't have. You ain't been awake, so I understand, Marcus. You lost your way, but we're gonna find your way, Marcus. Especially when the Fiend come back and he gives us his exclusive interview of why he returned to WWE. When we all know that
release the old one that we had in 2020.
We all know
more of that views.
It's that Tony. Has anybody ever thought about what makes Tony Khan spend money and what doesn't make Tony Khan spend money? Like, what made him say, you know what? Let me go throw the bag at Paige. But you know what? I'm not going to throw the bag at.
I don't think Paige cost that much, you know.
Really?
I don't think she cost that much.
In her head, I think she does.
Yeah, in her head she may, but she's damaged goods. I think Tony put a reasonable offer in that doesn't break the bank.
Mark, how much do you think Tony offered Bandito?
Probably less than whatever MJF is getting. And I mean,
well, MJF is allegedly on $1 million a year now.
Yeah, his original contract. I mean, I think that's what it is. Like,
I guess
around
my question for you guys, like, because that was something that was mentioned on Dynamite this week. Do we really care? Well, I just had you brought up a question. Do we really care how much MJF is getting paid for? Like, is that something that a wrestling fan watching TV cares, or is it something that helps the narrative that they're doing for their television programming?
I don't care, but some wrestling fans do, because you see all these statistics occasionally come out of like the top paid WWE guys, and it's always like Brock Lesnar's on like 20 million a year or whatever. So some people do care, but I think with them releasing the value of how much he's getting paid a year, it just feeds the narrative, because MJF, whenever he does an interview, he's always in character. He's never like serious, so he's just feeding the narrative every time he does an interview.
I would say that I was very impressed with Maurice, who's a friend of the show, when he posted on in the Big Card Mess why he enjoys AEW over WWE. I thought it was very articulate, and I understood his reasoning. I mean, it's not my reasons why, because I kind of like the family-friendly, kind of chaotic nature of WWE, and I think I've been a loyalist for day one. Going back, listen to episode 471 of the podcast, I realized how much money WWE has put in my pocket, because the same things I say about AEW, I was saying about Impact at that time, and I have to look at myself in the mirror. Marcus, as you look at yourself behind your closed eyelids.
No, I didn't know I'm still here.
How do you think Tony decides who he gives money to, Marcus?
I don't give a fuck. Let's end this show.
Okay, then. That's it. I hope.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, bye. I said I was not going to drag this show on.
You did, though. You woke up, buddy.
I had 40 minutes on. I had 40 minutes of stuff to give. For the last 40 minutes, we've been talking about nonsense and M1 chips and Ursula the fucking mermaid.
Get it right. Get it right. Get it tight. I crown you, Miss New Booty. Come on.